A relative newcomer is Steve Saleen, who turns the Mustang into a racer you can drive on the street. So let's find out just how much more a Mustang can be.
It's a tradition that's been going on for 13 years, ever since successful road racer Steve Saleen decided a factory Mustang was only a place to start.
We started in 1984, built our first Saleen Mustang, debuted it up at Sears Point Raceway. To date, we're now approaching 5,000 Saleen Mustangs on the road.
Over the years, Saleens have come with varying levels of performance.
Alright guys, so it is my pleasure to bring you, I want to say, the most special car that we had on the channel. So this is Saleen Cobra. Now this car is 1 out of 29 cars. Guys, think about this. Factory from Saleen, this is 1 of 29. And on this specific spec, this is 1 out of 2 cars ever made. 1 out of 2. The other one, it has 26,000 miles and it's not right here in FL. But this one is the one with the lowest mileage and it only has 8,900 miles. 8,900 miles. And this is an 03. So think about this, guys. 03. And I want to just give a huge shout out to JLD Auto Group for allowing me to record this amazing cars. And also this Mystic Chrome Terminator Cobra. It's just incredible that we get to see these cars in person. So I'm gonna take around a tour of this car and to see 1 out of 2 cars and 1 out of 29 cars. Very special car, very special video. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so this is, like I was saying in the intro, 1 out of 29 cars. But this is actually an 03 Cobra. They were sent to Saleen and they were actually converted into a Saleen car. So for, just for contraction here, for reference, we have an 04 Mystic Chrome Terminator Cobra and we have the Saleen. So I'm gonna be going back and forth just to show you guys the difference between an 03 Cobra and this car. So what they did here, Saleen, was they put their front bumper, which actually looks really good in person. Now, to be honest, I don't know if I like it more than the Terminator Cobra bumper, but I must say that it looks good in person. It looks cool, definitely. So up here we have the 03 and 04 Cobra unique hood. I think Saleen knew what they were doing when they decided to reshape this car. They knew that, they saw this car as being special Terminator Cobras, and they were like, you know what, we're just gonna leave the hood. And it's just, I think, a good move by Saleen. Hood extractors, heat extractors up top. It looks unique up front and it looks really, really cool. We got the number here, 211, because all Saleens, their number, so it's just very, very unique. Moving on to the side, we got the 19-inch Saleen wheels. Saleen didn't want to mess around. They left the 0304 Cobra brakes, which I don't blame them. They work really well for the era. So because this is Saleen Cobra, they decided to leave the snake on the side instead of the pony. Most Saleens of this era, they had a pony on the side. So moving on to the side, what we have here is the 0304 Cobra mirrors. We got the side coupes, and these are unique Saleen side coupes. They're not the same as the ones found on the Terminator Cobra. Moving on to the back, we could see the Saleen spoiler from the factory. It looks cool. And then we have the back bumper, which is unique to the Saleen. You can see the badge also. It says S281 Supercharged. Pretty cool. We have the Saleen bumper inserts. We have these exits, which are unique to this car. And it's just really cool looking car, especially knowing how rare this car really is, because this is indeed a really rare car. What did Saleen did with this car to make it different than an 03 and 04 Cobra? So Saleen kept things pretty simple, but in their heart, they're a road racing company. So what they did was just modify that car. So if you see the 03 and 04 Cobra, they come pretty high. Saleen was like, wait a second, let me just drop this car. So they drop it a couple inches. They gave it a suspension that was worthy of this car, and they actually gave it a different catback on the back, so it sounds different. I don't know if it produced more horsepower, but it actually does sound different and a little bit louder, a little bit more. Unfortunately, for some reason, my audio really sounded bad while recording the interior of the car, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a voiceover, so I'll let you know my thoughts from here. Alright, so the first thing that we notice when we open this door is that this door is absolutely brand new. This is like a brand new car. You can see the door pulls are red, and that is to match the exterior paint of this car. And on the bottom, the only difference that it has is that it has a Saleen logo and it says 281, as you can see right there. So as we take a look at this interior, we can see that this interior is mainly 99% an 03 Cobra inside. The seats, these are called the graphite seats with suede inserts in the middle. Same interior that I have on my 03 Cobra. I mean, this is inside, you're looking basically at an 03 Cobra, which is not a bad thing per se. Down there you can see that it has the Saleen floor mats, and there's a few touches that Saleen put, but they're very minimal and hard to spot. So as I made my climb inside this interior, the first thing that I noticed is that this car is brand new. The interior of this car is brand new. You can see the sticker on the radio, and to my right there's a Steve Saleen signature. It's very cool actually, and it's just the whole interior of that car. It's basically a brand new. It's like a time capsule. I mean, the thing only has 8,000 miles, and it just looks and feels like a brand new car. It's like taking you back to 03. So right in front of me I have the 03 and 04 Cobra specific gauges that glow green at nighttime. One of the things that Saleen changed in this interior was the shift knob. As you guys could see, this is not the same found in the 03 and 04 Cobra. Another little detail that they did was the plaque. It says Saleen, it says your chassis number or your unique number from Saleen, and that's pretty much it from this interior. So let's take a look underneath the hood of this car. And like when I was saying that Saleen was smart, I really mean it. They left it alone. This is the 03 and 04 Cobra engine. This one is an 03, and I'm just gonna tell you guys, if you guys don't know about these cars: forged connecting rods, forged crankshaft, forged pistons, 4 valve per cylinder, dual overhead cam. These motors were built to handle up to 1,000 horsepower from the factory, so they were actually overbuilt, and they came with this baby up here. This is the Eaton M112, factory rated at 8.5 psi, and this car was rated at 390 horsepower from the factory, but actually they make around 420 to 430 horsepower because these cars were indeed underrated. And these things were a powerhouse back in 03 and 04. If you see it right here, we have a Mystic Chrome. This one only has an upper pulley, but with just an upper pulley you can make around 450 to the wheels. So one of these cars, all stock, is like 360 to the wheels, 370, you know, just showroom condition, and that with just a pulley, you're talking about 450, 460, even 480 to the wheels. So this motors just love boost, they love to make power. I just want to give a huge shout out to JLD Auto Group for allowing me to review both of these cars. I mean, this is truly an honor to be able to showcase in the channel these cars, and just to be able to show you guys this type of cars. Both of these cars are currently for sale right here, so if you want, you guys could buy these cars, or if you know anyone that's interested in buying these cars, they're actually for sale. Alright guys, so this is my ride. So we're gonna go down the strip and just go through the... So what can you tell us about this car?
It's an 03 Saleen Cobra, so they only built 29 of them, 29 Terminator Saleen Cobras.
Yep.
They only built 6 coupes in 2003, and I think 5 convertibles.
rides just like a brand new car.
It does,
It's
yeah.
just-
I mean, it's very. You can definitely notice the difference between
Right.
the Saleen.
And the 0304 Cobra.
Correct, yeah.
Right, from the factory suspension.
Yeah, the suspension
Right,
and
right.
just the, they really didn't do a lot to it, but what they did is definitely a noticeable difference.
Right.
All right, now we are in the Saleen. It's pretty cool being able to have the opportunity to not only see both of these cars, in the condition that they're in, but nevertheless drive them. What really stands out to me though about these cars, especially with the Mystic compared to the Saleen, is the Saleen feels like it's stuck to the ground. You really get the road course car feel with this thing over the Mystic Chrome, because all the add-ons and the cool stuff that just comes with this car with purchasing it. It's completely different. You don't feel any body roll, no suspension sag or rebound really. It's all to the ground, and you can really just put all the power to the ground. It's kind of cool. They sound good. They sound so good. The Saleen, if I had to describe it to something, probably put it pretty close to a newer Mustang GT. You get like I was saying, you get a lot of road feel. You feel all the turns. You feel like you can really roll into it through the turns, and the car isn't going to flip over. The Mystic Chrome likes to feel like a big old soggy guy. You get a lot of body roll, a lot of suspension throwback, and with this thing, it's super cool. You really feel like you're on the ground.
Saleen Mustangs in any level of tune are not cheap, especially these, the top of the line. But Steve makes the point they are a whole lot cheaper than, say, a Ferrari, with performance and looks to match, but they can be serviced by any Ford dealer. See, they're practical. Explain it that way to your wife.